In a world full of competition, ambition, and the relentless drive for success, the very word loser does not exactly sound like it is said to be final. But what precisely does it mean to be labeled a loser? Is that failure at something peculiar, or failure by the expectations of society, or something more weighty in itself? There, after much analysis, we want to find the nature of success and failure, and then continue doing through some individual journey. This must, at some point in anyone's life, have characterized each of us. Feeling lost, missing opportunities, feeling dejected, or failing with personal problems. Failure is not, like professional football, a game where time expired and one team has made more errors than the others they end. It is ironic, though, that society defines success as one-way painting. In fact, sometimes success is even defined as being rich, a celebrity, or of any other form of social status. However, the true victory is so much more complex and personal. It is the quiet times of resilience, finding the courage to try one more time when everything appears to be failing, and to pursue one's goals regardless of how others may have chosen to state it. Let's take, for instance, a person who has failed many times. Maybe he started this kind of business that folded or went without a job even after long interviews. Society may brand them a loser. However, what they reap is experience, and in doing so, success becomes a positive outcome. Failure leaves behind those lessons that mold their character and strengthen their determination. Besides knowing what does not work, sometimes knowing is just as important as the reverse. Look at the definition of victory through history. Most men and women held up like trophies were labeled as losers too. Thomas Edison was famously known to say, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." Determination transformed his failures into a blueprint for eventual triumph, as the man went on to invent what changed the world. Thus, this loser narrative does not necessarily revolve around failures. Instead, it is a matter of the fulfillment of societal expectations from the standpoint of self-applications. We are fed messages from a very young age on what success is. These come from all directions: parents, educators, media, and peers. The more we internalize these notions, the more we risk viewing ourselves through a narrow lens. It's very important to challenge societal standards. Ask yourself what success means to you. Your answer may be dramatically different from the mainstream definition, and that is perfectly all right. The journey of self-discovery is a vital part of growth. When people claim to be losers, it usually comes from the comparison of their journeys with others. In this hyper-connected world we live in, social media amplifies this tendency. We scroll through curated glimpses of others' lives, each post highlighting achievements, happiness, and milestones. It's really easy to forget that what one sees is often a rather polished facade. Most of them are dealing with their insecurities, failures, and problems, just like anybody else. Remembering this can bring some comfort, since everybody fights his own battles, reminding one that he's not alone in the struggle. Acceptance of perceived loss helps us in forming a resilience mentality. Resilience does not mean bouncing back from adversity. It means rising from the ashes, transforming setbacks into stepping stones, and emerging stronger. The person who is resilient sees problems as opportunities for growth rather than insurmountable obstacles. They know each setback is a setup for a comeback. This can be incredibly liberating. It teaches us to take risks and venture beyond our comfort zones. This is the reframing of our narrative about failure in building resilience. Failure should not become a matter of shame, but a part of growth. It teaches lessons about ourselves and the world around us. It can build character, foster empathy, and ignite passion. When we embrace failure, we take its power away from us. We are more willing to take another shot armed with new knowledge and renewed determination. This, too, is an endless journey. It is a lifestyle, and it does not come with a finish line. It is life full of trials that are sure to pop up every step of the way. But the key to life lies in one's ability to meet those challenges head-on. It's so easy to give up during setbacks, but each step forward is progress, no matter in what direction. The secret to life lies in moving forward, learning from mistakes, and change. Surround yourself with positivity, and support. The company that you keep can really make a huge difference in your self-esteem and motivation. Surrounding ourselves with people who uplift us and share the growth mindset can inspire and help us reach our full potential. Spending time with people who constantly reinforce our negative beliefs can hinder us from reaching our full potential. Choose your circle wisely. Find mentors, friends, or role models, and be people to represent what you would like to become more of resilient and determined. Finding one's purpose can also change one's perspective about failures and setbacks. The inevitable stumbles down the road become much less threatening to a purpose-driven individual. Purpose gives us direction, something to hold on to when trying moments come, for a reason not to give up and go on. It can be something one enjoys doing, a skill that a person likes mastering, or a legacy left behind. Defining one's purpose gives meaning to the struggles, which helps maintain progress despite the adversities of life. Self-compassion is another critical point that will help remove the loser's label from one's life. Be gentle with yourself during difficult times. Most of us frequently condemn ourselves over things we feel are being missed, but should actually treat ourselves the same way we would a friend. Accept your emotions. Allow yourself to grieve over the loss, and permit yourself to fail. Know that your worth is not defined by success or failure. It is in your inherent value as a human being. Another game changer can be a growth mindset. This is the belief that our abilities and intelligence can be developed with hard work, persistence, and learning. This kind of thinking builds resilience and a love for learning, allowing us to take on challenges rather than try to avoid them. Once a person adopts the growth mindset, failures become opportunities to grow. So one is not defeated, but becomes inquisitive about what can be learned from the experience. In other words, this kind of change in thinking motivates the pursuit of goals with renewed vigor. As we walk our separate paths, it is important that we set realistic and achievable goals. Break down the grand aspirations into smaller, manageable pieces. Each small victory can make us feel more confident and help us move forward. Celebrating these small victories, even when they are not apparent, reinforces the idea that progress is being made. Every success is built upon a foundation of persistence and resilience. We also need to bear with ourselves. Rarely is the journey to success a straight, easy line. It is twisted by detours and unexpected challenges, hence a lot of twists and turns of unexpected challenges. The time, which we may have envisioned the target being achieved, does not matter. We need to enjoy the journey of trial and error. It's rising and falling, and experience this growth that comes through hard work. And in this process, fighting makes us strong personalities and gives a character which success cannot give. Reflectiveness, on another hand, leads to clarity of insight. Be certain to separate time where one should reflect regarding his experience so far, how patterns form during how people react concerning the same challenging situation encountered, and where he thinks he or she improved. By reflecting, one may know of his abilities or be in a position of rising to better levels than any time, as if when giving up, journaling, meditation, among others, is recommended. Besides self-reflection, embracing change is basic on our growth journey. We know that change can feel uncomfortable. It can really be daunting, especially when stepping into the unknown. Still, change is also a catalyst for growth and changes in people's lives. If an individual resists change, such a person may unknowingly inhibit his or her very own growth. It actually allows people to look to new possibilities, to shape up the situations in the world, and eventually discover new elements of themselves. Remember that even the most successful people in life have faced criticism and failure. Many famous artists, entrepreneurs, and other people have been ridiculed and doubted on their path to success. What made them different was the belief in themselves and their vision. They just went ahead, fueled by passion and determination, with adversity staring them in the face. Their stories remind us that the label of loser is often a reflection of how society's understanding of success has been limited, rather than reflecting on our worth. It is, therefore, freeing to appreciate the impermanence of success and failure. Failure, as well as success, can be very short-lived. In recognizing these are transitory conditions, we continue keeping our eyes on the horizon, not on one momentary situation. It helps someone develop resilience to handle more easily the peaks and troughs of life's journey. This way, one manages to enjoy the entire journey instead of just a brief moment, where every passing experience contributes to growth. Ultimately, acceptance of ourselves, with all our flaws and imperfections, is the greatest self-acceptance. It's not about what we do wrong, but about how we react to those failures that makes us who we are. We are each on our own journey. Trying to compare ourselves to someone else is just a detour off the journey itself. Release the need for validation by others and be grateful for the beauty of discovery in getting to know yourself. Enjoy your uniqueness, your journey, and your perspective of life. In the face of adversity, remind yourself that you are strong enough to overcome the definition of a loser. Be proud of your journey, respect your struggles, and understand that success is made up of both wins and losses. Every strand weaves a story, creating a rich tapestry of your life. Let your failures be a source of inspiration for you, fuel your passion, and drive you forward. The journey can be long, but the wellspring of rewards offered by perseverance, resilience, and self-discovery is immeasurable. Let's take this label of ours rather as a challenge that can really make us change or grow much more. That is where often the potential to change is at its greatest when stumbles happen. Every failure becomes an opportunity to reassess our pathways, question our assumptions, and deepen our understanding of ourselves and the world around us. Truth is that every individual has the capacity to redefine what success is in their lives. We should learn to become curious if we pass through trial and tribulations. Instead of asking, "Why did this happen to me?" we could shift our perspective towards, "What can I learn from this experience?" This slight change in framing leads to profoundly deep insights that contribute to growth. Curiosity opens the door to exploration, providing us with the opportunity to look for new strategies, advice, and solutions that probably we missed in the midst of things. What this makes us is empathize or relate with people. In fact, most of the times when we come out to express our hardships, we never feel like strangers in the midst of that hardship. Talking about our weaknesses will deepen a relationship that builds resilience in a support system. Recall that everyone goes through difficulties. Recognition of shared humanity really breaks the walls that create a sense of isolation from others' hardships. This journey, therefore, is a very personal process. It involves little incremental shifts in perspective and in the mindset. Every small step forward towards self-acceptance and resilience is, in itself, a victory. These must be acknowledged and celebrated. Even in times of ongoing difficulties, our efforts to improve on who we are must be seen and acknowledged as works in progress. Visualization can be the strong tool of times of struggle. Imagine your goals, not as dreams floating far out in the future, but rather as realities waiting to be actualized. Visualization enables you to create a mental map. Your aspirations now seem real and possible, not just a pie-in-the-sky wish. The visualization of success builds within one the motivational energy of purpose. Negative self-talk also may be avoided with visualization, when empowering thoughts and ideas give way to action. Practicing gratitude is another transformative approach to reframing our experiences. Gratitude helps shift our focus from what we lack or have lost to what we still possess and what we can create moving forward. Taking time to acknowledge the positive aspects of our lives, no matter how small, fosters a mindset of abundance rather than scarcity. This shift can have a ripple effect, improving our overall outlook and enhancing our ability to cope with challenges. Moreover, exercise can conquer thoughts of inadequacy and disheartenment. Feelings of happiness with the personal achievements are by virtue of endorphin hormones as a result of exercising some of these chemicals. However big or small, it is a jogging along the street to sign a dance class exercise is something that leaves humans' minds clear and refreshing towards their challenges. The physical act of movement in our bodies can quite often lead to breakthroughs of the mental and emotional states. We may find our motivation again by drawing inspiration from the stories of others. Biographies, podcasts, and documentaries about people who have overcome significant obstacles remind us that it is possible to be resilient. Learning about their journeys gives us hope and practical strategies we can apply in our own lives. These stories remind us that success is rarely a straight line, but rather a twist and turn, and sometimes a detour. In other words, the journey of self-discovery involves not just conquering, but embracing the very process. Experience, be it bad or good, intertwines with the very person we are. We will never rid ourselves of failure and inadequacy because it's a part of us. The more emotions we embrace, the closer we become to our reality, and we are better able to understand others. We will then finally find out that our own lives belong to us. It is time for us to define what successes and failures are for ourselves rather than allowing external definitions or societal expectations. We then focus on those things that we really want to do or become for ourselves. Our values, passions, and aspirations. A lot has been said about this, but somehow it's that bit of comfort that you can chart your own course. The fact that setbacks are part of our life should not stop us showing ourselves love and kindness. For life is unpredictable, and such ups and downs are quite inevitable. Through kindness shown to ourselves during tough times, resilience is built, and also a supportive inner voice would be established. Compassion makes us recover better, while it prompts us to get on with the road of life, even if at times the road ahead goes bumpy. Each individual's life is woven into a grand tapestry differently. No one has the same experiences, insights, or views. It is this uniqueness that will foster belonging and purpose by embracing it instead of comparing with others. Instead, one can focus on his or her growth and progress. Every person has his or her own timeline, and that's what's essential to foster self-acceptance. And lastly, change demands openness to the possibility. Life is ever-changing, and so are our conditions, desires, and identities. Open curiosity about change opens a possibility of growth in ways that you may never expect. Openness can even create unthought-of opportunities for connection and insight that fill our lives. This reflection allows us to forge forward and grow, thus being able to align the actual acts with our values. Therefore, we can make decisions that really resonate with our authentic self. When we act along the values, we create within us a sense of fulfillment with a purpose that can survive anything thrown at us in the race called life. This alignment between values and actions can be seen as integrity that supports us when facing challenges. That is a lifetime enabler from being a loser to claim oneself. There is acknowledgement of opportunity for growth and finding oneself, but empowering the individual to mold his or her own story. Each fall becomes a stepping stone toward resilience, and every experience adds to our individual tales. With self-compassion, change, and openness to the lessons life presents, we can cruise through our journeys with courage and grace. True success comes with the fact that, despite achieving a lot on the surface, a man can stand up, rise from the ashes, and keep going in life knowing his mistakes and being wiser from them. Embrace your journey, appreciate all the progress you've made along the way, and know that the smallest moment, no matter how troublesome it may be, has created growth. You are not the one your failures make you fail, but the one that learns and comes out better. It makes you wiser and more resilient than before. As we move ahead in life, we forget that it's not only about reaching a destination, but what we learn along the way and what kind of growth occurs due to victory or trial. Each person faces an exclusive set of problems and opportunities that define their character and worldview. Through embracing the wealth of our experiences, we learn to cherish the lessons that success and failure produce. Most importantly, a deeper understanding grants personal growth. Self-awareness lets us know our strengths, weaknesses, passions, fears, and the patterns that are holding us back. This constitutes the foundation of transformation in our lives. The best choices we can make based on who we really are is the more we see ourselves. Self-awareness actually breeds confidence and helps us face life with its direction and purpose. With regard to self-awareness, one major practice which promotes it is being more observant or reflective. That is the ability to be in the present, really attentive to one's own thoughts or emotions, for enhanced insight of responses and action taken. Among these, journaling really can be the best medium through which one can introspect deeply. Writing thoughts, emotions, or experience may create a lot more reflection on what was found to happen inside, as well as patterns, desires, or aspirations. This practice enhances self-awareness, but it also brings clarity and direction to our journeys. We also use the input from trusted friends, mentors, or coaches for our self-awareness. Other people around us notice certain qualities and patterns in us that we might not consider about ourselves. Through constructive feedback, it will show us which specific areas are needed to be improved upon for a more specific and efficient self-understanding. In this way, those that we respect and admire can benefit our self-discovery through their perspectives. As we work on becoming more self-aware, we must also recognize and challenge the limiting beliefs that keep us from making good progress. Limiting beliefs are usually based on past events and societal conditioning, which makes us question our abilities or even our worth. So again, in breaking free from these limitations, we have to confront these beliefs and question the validity of them and work to create new narratives within ourselves. This process can be transformative because we are replacing negative beliefs with empowering ones and creating a more supportive inner dialogue that encourages us to pursue our goals. It is also a must to have a culture of learning. In such a dynamic world, it is wise to be curious and receptive to new situations and conditions. This culture of learning encourages people to look for new skills, different perspectives, and experiences in life. When we think of ourselves as lifelong learners, we acquire more resilience and are much better prepared to deal with the fluctuations of life. Networking and linking up with people also broadens our learning experience. By interacting with other different groups of people, we are able to know new ideas, culture, and thought patterns. We expand our horizon by interacting with others through their experiences and gain knowledge from other people. We become enlightened on a deeper level. The relationship can also give us support and motivation in hard times and affirm that we are not the only one having these struggles in life. Meaningful goals are also vital in personal development. Goals give a direction and purpose to lives and motivate them. The need is that the goals set need to be in line with one's values and aspirations. In this sense, there is alignment that creates authenticity so that the pursuit of this goal is even more rewarding. Breaking down large objectives into smaller, more implementable steps can also make them seem reachable and strengthen our motivation and confidence as we move forward. Setting and pursuing goals requires our minds to be flexible because, after all, life is full of the unexpected and the unpredictable moments. Something will eventually happen because another has failed, because in life, things could change very quickly. When you open your mind and are flexible with the possibility of changing your objectives or redefining your route at will, you're going to hold on to what you initially wanted and wished for. Flexibility depicts one of the aspects of being resilient. We must also celebrate our successes, small and large, in order to keep ourselves motivated and encouraged. Recognizing that we are indeed able to triumph over obstacles and fulfill our desires reinforces the belief that we are capable of doing so. These celebrations, small as they may be, remind us of our strength and resilience. Taking the time to reflect on what we have accomplished can bolster our confidence and inspire us to keep pushing forward. We also need an environment that allows us to grow. People who uplift and support us can change our attitude and encouragement level. A good support system not only gives us encouragement, but holds us accountable also, helping us to stick to our goals. Relationships of this kind give us a belonging as they remind us that we form part of a larger community, sharing similar aspirations and challenges. Moreover, taking good care of our mental and physical well-being will promote our growth. For instance, doing some physical activities, a well-balanced diet, or anything we have interest in, which will improve the overall well-being of our minds and bodies. Self-caring helps us build more strength and power to handle issues, along with enthusiasm to actualize our dreams. Mindfulness practices like meditation or doing yoga will help us develop more strength and also help handle stress positively. Reminding oneself of the journey made thus far in times of discouragement and doubt is important. What was overcome in the past builds a sense of power over one's ability and strength in reflection. Every time we get to be strong and go forward with a situation that makes us feel weak, we build strength in us that we will later use. We continue to evolve as human beings, and it's time we open our doors to new experiences and opportunities. Life is full of surprises, and the greatest breakthroughs can sometimes come from the most unexpected encounters or challenges. We should be willing to embrace uncertainty and let ourselves go beyond our comfort zones. It is at such moments of stretching that we discover our true potential. Ultimately, it's a road to self-acceptance, personal growth, deeply individual. So, for that reason, one also needs to honor the unique experience timelines, as everyone's actually on a different journey. Therefore, no comparison is allowed. For that reason, with your focused attention to that growth, you create roots of resilience and empowerment within you which make you move on. Conclusion in a nutshell, being termed a loser at best provides a shallow description that smooths the depth and riches of experiences that we have. We then gain the power to allow labeling not define us, though our travels do. We must celebrate our successes and learn in every fall. It is our power to redefine our experiences in new and meaningful ways in building lives with purpose, fulfillment, and resilience. With this awareness, embracing change, and opening my heart to grow, I am building my strength to overcome many challenges and opportunities. Life is not about the fear of failure. It's learning to rise once again over and over with each stumble or fall. With each moment, I give myself a chance to grow and become the best version of me. So, the next time you think you are a loser, know it is but for a moment in your life journey. Acknowledge the feeling and ponder over the experience. Absorb all the growth coming from the negativity. You have enough strength, resilience, and determination to redefine your narrative and change your future. Rejoice in your journey, in being yourself, and believe that challenges can be transformed into stepping stones for success. The more we travel on this journey of self-discovery and growth, the more it becomes apparent that the journey we undertake is not only one of personal victory, but also of human bonding. We are essentially social beings, and our relation defines the course of life. The people who help us with their support and encouragement may be as dear to us as others who lead us through the wisdom gained from their experience. One such fundamental element of the strong support network is safety, in which we share our fear and dreams without judgment with other people. Involvement of one person with good influence inspires people over challenges, while the mutual experience of other people reminds that a person is not alone with their problems. Such communications open ways to insight or a view of something that might have otherwise passed our understanding. To be able to grow is admitting that giving unto others, as important, holds sometimes the most profound way of sharing what we have learned of life, which is through sharing such experiences and lessons taken with others who will appreciate going through such an experience with them. In this respect, it does not only assist in the relationship, but rather gives more meaning to the things that we do. We stand up when someone else stands up for us. In such a process, the most influential thing will still be the concept of mentorship, both in the mentors and the ments. Being a mentor means not only sharing our insights, skills, and experiences, but also leading people on their journeys. We can learn from people who walked similar paths before us when we are ments. Sharing promotes growth and empowerment. It reminds each person that learning is a reciprocal process. Probably, one who is really facing feelings of inadequacy or failure will be much able to be inspired with a mentor, because he or she will share his experience to inspire those who can feel lost. It's something which always revives hope and motivations of others when they are presented with your struggles and how you've been able to maneuver them. It helps remind people that everybody does have challenges and that resilience is in fact learned. Another important thing in this travel is the setting of proper boundaries. Because we are growing, an environment that caters for our well-being must be made. It then means knowing when not to enter or engage ourselves in certain relations or happenings that seem to extract energy from our system or stall our growth in any given way. Boundaries set our mental space and emotional freedom, giving the mind clear focus on reaching the targeted goals while conserving that sense of oneself. We also learn through experience as our values and interests evolve as we grow and mature. Time taken into account concerning who we are or become forms a part of self-realization. Through introspection, people have come out from numerous societal pressures or expectations in which we've already been made redundant or do not want to be seen to be doing so, moving freely forward toward the course that benefits us as a true, authentic self. Fourth, vulnerability is the premise of personal growth. Standing naked before others is an uncomfortable experience, especially in a world that tends to glorify strength and certainty. However, it is at the center of deep connections and growth. Opening up a door to perhaps deeper friendships and experiences is the ability to allow one to become vulnerable. It is common ground where common goals are found, and eventually empathy and understanding. This vulnerability also opens the way to greater self-acceptance. By accepting that we are not perfect, we make room for compassion. Instead of trying to meet the ideal of perfection, we learn to appreciate ourselves as the complex and multifaceted individual with strengths and weaknesses. By accepting ourselves, we can attack challenges from a place of curiosity rather than fear, and thus build up resilience against adversity. As we travel, it is also important to celebrate our individuality, since each person brings his or her own experience and set of perspectives to the table. And embracing these differences means understanding that those differences contribute richness to our human experience, and that, as such, we could honor our unique paths of contributions. The power of storytelling in our journeys cannot be overlooked. Telling our stories, either through writing, speaking, or creative expression, helps us to articulate our experiences and insights. Storytelling is a therapeutic practice because it allows us to process our emotions and make sense of our journeys. It is also a powerful tool for connection, allowing others to relate to our experiences and find inspiration in our narratives. The point is, as we grow and develop our strength, we need to stay open to the possibility of taking some feedback or learning opportunities. Feedback may be a valuable tool on our journey. Constructive criticism may offer insight to improve our path. We do not look at it as a threat, but as growth and development. This culture of continuous learning empowers us to grow and develop as we continue our journey. There is also the practice of self-compassion in the process. Even though one has some form of doubts or criticisms, it helps to be able to treat one like a friend. Recognize that feelings do not judge each other and work through them as clear as day. Self-compassion provides resilience, with the help of which setbacks will be bounced over and challenges will face the situation with renewed vigor. In this context, gratitude also plays an important role. Cultivating gratitude can shift our focus from what we lack to what we have. With this shift in perspective, one can appreciate the small victories and moments of joy that come along in life. Gratitude practices, like keeping a gratitude journal or expressing thanks to others, can enhance overall well-being and foster a positive outlook. As we continue on our journeys, we remember that this is an unpredictable process. Sometimes we move forward, other times we stagnate or retreat. Knowing this frees us up to approach our journeys patiently and then understand ourselves. Every experience counts toward our growth, often in ways we do not see or appreciate when we are living them. In a word, transformation from loser to being a real potential of oneself takes several shapes, reflecting introspection, resilience, and willingness for growth. Self-awareness built through supportive relationships and vulnerability can transform our experiences into opportunities for growth and empowerment. Let us celebrate our individuality as we walk this journey and honor our unique journeys. Every experience counts, and we should not let ourselves compare to others. Instead, let us reflect on our journey, our growth, and what we learned in the process. The power to redefine our narratives is within us, and by embracing our journeys, we create lives full of purpose, fulfillment, and resilience. Every small step leads to growth. We shall keep growing, learning, and rising to face challenges that help us make stepping stones in our success path. It's about embracing the journey, embracing your uniqueness, and believing in yourself. You are capable of some great things, and it is only the beginning of a great journey. On this journey of growth and discovery, one finds the importance of perseverance. In life, full of its challenges, and in the power to shape a character through endurance of adversity is at its heart. This, then, is that silent but surely strong force pushing a man or a woman through difficult straits, often with obstacles in the way, towards some goal ahead. When we say that we are going to persevere, we build in resilience. It is the capacity to bounce back and adapt and continue where things get tough. We all know that it is not made of exercise. It just gets stronger with us by use. Every time that road gets harder, then we come through. That builds us stronger against that kind of coming obstacle. This cycle of facing challenges and learning from them is what makes development as persons. The journey of perseverance also comes with the acceptance that failure is not opposite to success, but part of it. Each failure gives one a lesson on what one can do and not do, thus making a difference in future actions and decisions. Failure is not to be feared, but seen as a stepping stone toward growth. The reframing of our perception of failure brings us more to the point of taking risks and exploring other possibilities. In this context, it's very important that we need to cultivate effort over the outcome. Society at large promotes success and achievement by equating our worth with results. Actually, growth happens along the process of commitment to come and to put in the work and learning along the process. Thus, focusing more on what we do to celebrate each small step may build us a sense of accomplishment fueling our drive. As we nurture this attitude, it is equally important to have a realistic expectation of ourselves. Overly high expectations can be overwhelming or worse, lead us into discouragement when the expected progress does not happen as we had hoped. By breaking our goals into smaller, more manageable steps, we provide structure that will allow us to celebrate our achievements. This incremental approach not only motivates us, but also keeps us more firmly anchored in the present. Also, a sense of inquisitiveness can foster a love for learning in ourselves. Curiosity with problems will allow our minds to take different insights and new perspectives. An inquisitive attitude requires us to ask questions and find answers or alternative solutions. This curiosity is one thing that will drive us to innovative and creative thoughts. Innovation and creativity push us out of the box to try new ways towards meeting our objectives. Of course, the power of positive self-talk is rooted in our journey. How we talk to ourselves is the molding and shaping of our minds and the betterment of our being. Of course, the ability to beat the negative thoughts is building up one's self-esteem and resilience. Positive self-talk is sure to build the belief in one's capabilities and nurtures a more encouraging inner dialogue. Moreover, self-care practice is the most critical method of maintaining our motivation and perseverance. Taking time to care for our physical, mental, or emotional well-being helps us gain strength and refocus back on the path. Pursuing activities that give pleasure, calmness, or inspiration helps fuel our process. Whether it is spending more time in nature, creating something, or bonding with loved ones, self-care is basically part of our growth trip. Refresh oneself with one's why in times of adversity. The deeper motivations for continuing a course of action can fan a renewed passion and commitment towards these goals. Our why is the lighthouse that guides us at various junctures in the form of values and aspiration driving us forward. These things kept in mind facilitate overcoming obstacles with more clarity and conviction. Thus, the main critical area of our life grows is learning how to administer its time. Time is definitely a scarce resource, just like money, and every passing into it makes a difference. Focus on the tasks that correlate with our goals and the values we have. Our journey roadmap is established in strategy, such as having established deadlines, breaking down broad tasks into smaller pieces so distractions at work are minimized and results are increased. We also have to practice patience with ourselves. Growth does not happen overnight, but rather develops little by little over time. For those in a world that thrives on instant gratification, it may be hard to keep such a concept in mind, but in understanding that truly meaningful change takes time allows us to enjoy the process rather than just focusing on where we are going. With each step, no matter how little, we advance and learn more about ourselves. As we grow and become more resilient, we have to be receptive to change. Life is dynamic, and change can take place overnight. When we have the ability to adjust to the change, it gives us the room to pivot if need be. Such openness and change allows us to pursue new possibilities while taking well-calculated risks, expanding our horizons. Inspiration from others can motivate us in a great way. When we go through biographies of those who have come through many significant challenges or listen to motivational speakers, it just lights up the possibility in us. Such stories remind us that resilience is something common to all humans, and we are capable of doing some pretty remarkable things. We learn valuable lessons and gain insights from the journeys of others, which we can then apply to our lives. Of all such factors in building resilience, Thanksgiving helps a lot in personal development. The practice of developing one's gratitude can shift people's orientation from what they lack into what they have, developing a sense of abundance, no matter how small a fragment it is. Taking that time to reflect on one's life and the various benefits of one's life leads to a better outlook generally and improves one's quality of life. Gratitude is an antidote in combating negativity, which brings back one's resilience to move on. It is a journey of personal growth where one will not be only thinking of reaching the destination, but also on the relationships that will come up. Meaningful relationships are formed with others having similar values and aspirations that bring in a feeling of community and belonging. These are a source of support during a tough journey and render experiences richer as we take our journey along. Every one of us should remember that we are works in progress and take our time and effort and love and compassion to grow as human beings. There will be moments of success and failure, but every encounter is some form of improvement. In learning to accept their weakness and take pride in their own journey, it creates space for improvement and evolution. It is in the conclusion, therefore, that this journey from being a loser to achieving our true potential is characterized by elements of persistence, self-awareness, and resilience. Indeed, through these elements alone do we empower ourselves not only to become confident beings, but also to live life boldly. Let's march forward to our commitment towards growth. Experience new things, learn from your success and failure. In that journey of yours, embracing the steps on the way, honor the good, trust that you can choose your destiny. You've got such inner strength and resilient spirit and determination to conquer anything that might stop you along your path. So this experience may be a pathway for your growth. With every single step, you create a beautiful part of the tapestry in this life you are living. The choice to rewrite our stories in the final analysis falls within us. We create life that is purposeful, satisfying, and resilient by embracing the journey, celebrating progress, and learning from challenges. You continue doing marvelous things on this journey. Let your journey take you into the incredible future waiting for you. You are not defined by your past. You are shaped by your journey and the choices you make along the way. The deeper we go in digging the essence of personal growth, we cannot forget the fact that journeys are never made to be lonely. Interconnectedness at every experience is there, signifying community and collaboration at all times. It gives an environment with others with mutual support and encouragement plus learning. This shared nature of growth makes it possible for us to share our successes and failures with each other, therefore making the journey richer and further connecting with the other. In establishing an atmosphere of mutual support, it encourages group development. The shared expectations among like-minded people foster ideas and inspiration. The process of working with other similar people leads to cooperative teamwork, where the people can exchange their respective strengths, abilities, and information in attempting to achieve the same desired goals. That collaboration's power is in the multiplying factor of our potential, amplifying what we can achieve well beyond what is possible in isolation. Group projects, study sessions, or community initiatives all contribute to a shared sense of belonging and meaning when carried out. Another crucial factor in the journey to personal development is that mentorship plays a great role in development. Seeking a mentor who has experience in areas we would like to explore can be helpful for guidance and insight. A mentor is a source of wisdom, helping in challenges and offering perspectives one may not have considered. Such support can greatly impact decision-making processes and gives one the encouragement to move forward. Mentoring others is very rewarding. We are indeed empowering the newbies into their journeys by sharing with them our experiences and knowledge. Offering support and guidance does not only build the ones we teach, but also reinforces our comprehension of our own experiences. Teaching others often solidifies our knowledge and creates that sense of fulfillment when we see the impact our contribution has on their lives. Another very important part of personal growth is the development of thankfulness and appreciation for experiences. Gratitude gives our attention from what we lack to what we have, and this makes us feel abundant. Gratitude practice can even be just a daily routine where one can reflect upon the good things happening in our lives. This fosters a more positive perspective and bolsters resilience in us, and enables us to walk out of the difficult situation with style. Gratitude is not only good for us. We learn that other people's work helps to improve our relationships and create a climate of gratitude. The more we appreciate the encouragement we get from friends, family, mentors, and colleagues, the more connected we are to them, and we realize that we are all in this together. Gratitude brings us a sense of community as it reminds us that there is a whole network of people who care for our well-being. More importantly, lifelong learning is something to be embraced. Personal growth does not end. There is always something to discover, understand, and master. Curiosity keeps us open to new experiences, perspectives, and knowledge. The call of lifelong learning motivates one to seek out opportunities for growth in formal education, workshops, online courses, or through self-directed study. With every new power or knowledge gained, we can add more experience to our travels, making us all the stronger for the battles ahead. As we cultivate our growth, let us also not forget the importance of celebration. The small and great wins help reinforce our sense of progression and motivate us to move forward. Celebrating achievements can take many forms. Sharing successes with loved ones or giving ourselves something special. Such moments of recognition remind us of how far we have come and how resilient we have been. In other words, as we take time to appreciate our wins, we shouldn't forget to acknowledge failure with a growth mentality. Failure should not reflect us or our worth, but an opportunity to learn and grow. Every failure teaches something that will help in shaping future actions and decisions. A new perspective, or better said, reframing our failure can create resilience and bring forth another alternative. Growth, of course, also involves embracing vulnerability. Vulnerability allows for authentic human connection with oneself as well as others. The openness of struggle and fear gives others permission to empathize with us rather than trying to fix the problem presented or attaching judgment. Sometimes, vulnerability allows us freedom from unnecessary isolation, and that is when we can really connect and find deep support from others. Let's focus on the importance of self-reflection to further enhance our journeys. This will allow us to take time out and assess our progress, gaining insight into our motivations, aspirations, as well as our challenges. This can be one of the most potent tools in personal development, clarifying what our values are and their reflection in our goals. By periodically checking in with ourselves, we are guaranteed to remain aligned with our true selves and make appropriate changes when necessary. Indeed, journaling forms one of the transformative practices when handling self-reflection. If I write down my thoughts, my feelings, and experiences, it would help me to go through this emotional process as well as clear out whatever may be in my journey. In a way, writing will be an exploration of the safe space by way of self-expression. The writing identifies patterns, articulates aspirations, and celebrates growth. Moreover, mindfulness practice creates greater self-awareness or closeness to oneself. Thus, it encourages present moment consciousness. It helps learn awareness of thoughts as well as feelings without criticizing the latter. The result is the ability to perceive the experience and reactions, having an intentional response instead of the automatic reaction. Furthermore, it brings about even higher emotional regulation, diminishes stress, and is said to promote general and positive well-being. As we continue on our journeys, let us not forget the establishment of clear intentions. Intentions are guiding principles that bring us back to our goals and aspirations. When we articulate our intentions, we create a roadmap that sets our actions and decisions to follow. This clarity keeps us focused on what has to be done and hence allows us to prioritize our actions and align our choices toward our values. It's the ability to work hard, emotional resilience toward fulfilling our desires, and emotional agility to handle life uncertainty. This ensures being flexible, moving into ways where alternatives are needed. In general, it builds one's creativity and innovations, hence giving an opportunity for new opportunities aligned to aspirations which are changing at each given time. Additionally, let's not underestimate the power of kindness and compassion. Treating ourselves and others with kindness fosters a positive environment that nurtures growth and connection. Acts of kindness, whether big or small, create ripples of positivity that can uplift both ourselves and those around us. Kindness not only enhances our relationships, but also reinforces our sense of purpose and belonging. We also needed to be gentle and apply self-compassion. We are soft towards ourselves in our fight. That is what has enabled us to grow resilience and understanding rather than beating ourselves up for getting something wrong. Compassion and support validate our feelings, and it becomes easy to look through challenges by looking after ourselves. From being a loser to discovering our potential changes dynamically. In between are the community, gratitude, lifelong learning, and self-reflection. There come relationships, curiosity, and the celebration of success to empower one to have confidence during life's challenge. Vulnerability, flexibility, and kindness add layers to our experiences and remind us that nobody travels alone. We just keep moving forward as we grow and stay open to what is ahead. Just be on the journey. Honor your uniqueness. Trust in your ability to make your future, and always understand that the strength, resilience, and determination to face obstacles are within you. Their experiences can be translated into opportunities for growth. With every step, you contribute to the beautiful tapestry of your life, and your journey is just being sown. Therefore, you are not a collection of your past. In fact, you are he or she who has emerged once the challenges and choices get made. So keep soaring, learning, and being ready to carry within themselves the powers of the trip and its promise. So wonderful that you will make incredible things happen, and the prospect of unlimited potential for some people who stood up enough to embrace this journey for growth. Further on in the course of personal development, it should be understood that despite all the several hurdles that had to be crossed along the journey, there is ample opportunity for transformation on the same path. It is an obstacle that has brought with it the lesson of learning who we are and perfecting our approach to things. This lesson of constant change makes one more robust and gives strength to tackle hardships in life. The other relevant element is the growth mindset. It postulates that a person's abilities and intelligence can be developed through effort, perseverance, and dedication. According to this view, one should regard a challenge as something associated with growth rather than a barrier. Hence, it makes the person more willing to take risks, explore new ideas, and embrace change when adopting a growth mindset. This openness allows for innovation and the development of creative solutions to various problems that may occur in a journey. In adversity, therefore, a sense of purpose must be developed. Purpose is the guiding star that gives meaning and direction to our lives. Once we understand for ourselves what drives us, be it our passions or values or aspirations, we can align our actions with our intentions. This sets up the level of motivation and commitment that sees us through when the chips are down. The frequent reminder of our purpose will keep us in line and on course, weaving all these efforts toward things that will mean much to us. First of all, it requires self-discipline to materialize. Self-discipline would develop through the building of good habits and routines that will guide toward goals and aspirations. An exercise is making conscious choices that would move you toward long-term goals and not immediately gratify us. With self-discipline, we can stick on to our chosen directions despite distractions or tempting situations. We just create a stronghold for success while reinforcing our resilience. Another critical aspect of personal growth is mindfulness. Mindfulness invites us to be in the moment, to observe thoughts and feelings without judgment. Such a practice fosters higher self-awareness and control over emotions, where challenges are responded to in intent rather than reactivity. It creates space for reflection and clarity in approaching the journeys with calm and focus. While on the journey of personal growth, there is an influence of self-acceptance. Acceptance of ourselves with our defects and strengths forms a basis of realistic growth. Self-acceptance helps us accept qualities or experiences that are unique only to us, which gives an element of authenticity. And when we stop comparing our lives with others and rather focus on our paths, then we are freed from those shackles of societal expectations. This frees us to go for our objectives with confidence and purpose. However, there's a much deeper growth mechanism in creative expression. The form of expression helps one touch the innermost thought and feelings, thereby acting as an outlet for self-discovery and exploration. This is whether in the written word, visual arts, music, or whatever forms of expression are adopted to communicate in meaningful ways. Creative practices tend to enrich emotional well-being and bring much thinking outside the box that eventually translates to growth and resilience. The other critical aspect, or dimension, of this journey is learning the price of rest and recovery in pursuit of growth. Everyone would readily agree that without pushing limits and over-reliance on hard work for improvement, growth would just be an elusive dream of success. But restful living is the key aspect in restoring physical, mental, and emotional energy for renewed passion. Balanced productivity acknowledges that it's time to pull back and care for oneself. We can assume an approachable and lighthearted attitude toward challenges when we take up the idea of embracing play. Framing our experiences with the play concept relaxes us and induces creativity. We experience much experimentation and exploration as such. It reminds us, therefore, of the potential of profound moments of growth and fun learning. As we have our journey, we have to learn to forgive both ourselves and others. Forgiveness is a power that frees us from the burden of resentment and negativity. We get stuck in life with grudges or self-blame when we hold on to such things. Forgiveness frees us up by allowing healing and moving on with a feeling of freedom. An act of compassion that builds resilience inside us to open our hearts for the present and future. In addition, the sense of humor is going to make traveling so much more enjoyable. Laughing and playing will help combat stress and problems by reminding us not to take ourselves too seriously. The ability to find joy in small moments changes our outlook, making it easier to endure hard times. Humor helps connect people, forming a common experience that brings relationships closer together and makes us a part of the community. As we embrace these aspects of personal growth, it is also important to celebrate diversity in our experiences and journeys. Everyone has their own path, unique and shaped by individual backgrounds, perspectives, and aspirations. Diversification fosters empathy and understanding, enriching our own journeys while letting us learn from others. By appreciating the diverse experiences of those around us, we can broaden our horizons and gain insights that inform our growth. Another very critical feature of embracing diversity is challenging those biases and assumptions that would limit our vision. Pursuit in understanding and valuing experiences brings along a more open-minded way of thinking. Openness allows us to develop a better relationship and to seek more depth in the world we are living in. Growth is provoked by being challenged by biases. We become empowered to walk with our paths with more compassion and empathy. As we continue learning and growing, self-evaluation has to be an ongoing process. We will always be assessing our beliefs, values, and goals to make sure we don't stray from who we are. That encourages introspection, identifies areas of improvement, and marks achievements. With that, we can really discern our why and our wants, thereby keeping ourselves on the path that we own. Ambition should be balanced with contentment. We have to pursue our goals and aspirations, but we must also cultivate gratitude for where we are in the present moment. Sometimes, striving for success can lead to a perpetual sense of dissatisfaction, preventing us from enjoying the journey. Finding joy in the present and acknowledging our achievements creates a harmonious balance between ambition and contentment. It is a process of learning, resilience, and growth, from being a loser to becoming a winner of true potential. A growth mindset, embracing community, practicing self-compassion, and fostering creativity give us the power to make our way through life with increased confidence and grace. Let's therefore move on committed to our growth and open to the possibilities that lie ahead. So embrace your journey and honor your unique path with trust in your ability to shape your future. Strength, resilience, and determination will allow you to walk over any obstacle and transform all experiences into opportunities for growth. Remember, at the very end, you are greater than all your past. Instead, you are created by what you are and what you stood for when you walked through the great test. Then, therefore, stay standing, learn, and come with more, embracing the mighty power of such a process and the tremendous potential in you. More can be accomplished. Better days await such growth travelers. Take with every step, you add to the beauty tapestry of your life. Your journey is only one emerging. In every moment is an opportunity to mark another page in your story. Trust in yourself and your growth so you never walk this path alone. Your story can be so powerful, a testament to resilience, strength, and potential that lies within. In reflecting on our journey of growth as persons, there is a need to not overlook the role of intention, which acts very powerfully as a compass to navigate experiences, aligning every action with values and aspirations. Intention sets in our mind a clear sense of purpose, fueling motivation and driving us forward. This clarity allows us to filter out distractions and focus our energy on what really matters, making this journey of growth more meaningful and fulfilling. Making intense goes further than goal setting because of the realization as to why we are actually seeking out those paths. So, when we can align our intentions with the root core values for what we're doing, we then gain an authenticity that reverberates in our lives. As alignment occurs, a natural flow develops through actions becoming expressions of true self. With more developed alignment, we feel empowered to take on challenges and work through passions. Moreover, being intentional about our environments can significantly impact our growth. Surrounding ourselves with positive influences, whether through supportive friends, inspiring literature, or enriching experiences, can elevate our mindset and foster resilience. Creating an environment conducive to growth involves curating spaces that inspire creativity and positivity. This intentional curation allows us to thrive, reinforcing our commitment to personal development. We also have to fight the inner critic, which rears its head when things get difficult. It is such a formidable opponent because it casts doubts over our ability and confidence. To counter this negative one, we practice self-compassion with the knowledge that we are all imperfect beings in a very complex world. Redefining self-talk and treating oneself with the kindness that erodes inner criticism would allow the individual to comprehend one's strengths better and acknowledge growth. Through such practices as affirmations, we can positively enhance our self-esteem and resilience. These are positive statements that primarily have an impact to reinforce the capability and aspirations of ourselves. Reiterating these affirmations frequently can reformulate our mindset and let us begin a more empowering narrative of ourselves. However, this might also help in times when we doubt ourselves by boosting the morale to move ahead. Curiosity is part of our growth journeys. It encourages us to explore new ideas, perspectives, and experiences in life, creating a mindset of lifelong learning. It opens up avenues for discovering and expanding through life. Through curiosity, we are made to step out of comfort zones and take on the unknown, hence personal breakthroughs and understanding. Our ability to grow personally is intricately linked to how adaptable we are. Life can be unpredictable, and how much one can adapt to different situations is a good reflection of resilience. This would enable one to change the strategies and perspectives one employs in facing challenges and look for new ways forward. This is not a sign of weakness, but of how strong one is to allow oneself to grow through adversity. In our quest for growth, it's essential to remember the value of rest and rejuvenation. Our minds and bodies require periods of rest to recover and recharge. Engaging in self-care practices such as mindfulness, meditation, or simply taking time to unwind can significantly enhance our well-being and overall effectiveness. Prioritizing rest allows us to return to our pursuits with renewed energy and clarity, enhancing our ability to tackle challenges. Being thankful is a very important activity in our growth journey. On the other hand, it characterizes our mind in a way of abundance, negating lack and dissatisfaction. A gratitude journal may be as easy as writing gratitude moments of what we are satisfied with daily. This makes us emotionally better and even resistant enough to walk through the difficulties with a relatively more optimistic attitude. It is important to celebrate our small successes as we move forward. Taking every step towards our goal depicts our commitment and progress. Benefits of celebrating our successes are that it reinforces our motivation and instills pride in our journeys. Be it the stories we share with our families or treating ourselves to something great, these moments of celebration remind us of our potential to grow. The third important element of personal development is the reception of feedback. From others, constructive feedback is a source of insight and perception, which helps people learn more about themselves. It is an opportunity to know ourselves better rather than criticize us. This receptiveness cultivates a growth mindset, which empowers fine-tuning skills and approaches in daily work. Boundaries also are very important to our well-being as we grow. We learn to say no to commitments that drain our energy or distract us from our goals. We create space for what really matters. Protecting our time and energy allows us to stay focused on our intentions and aspirations. By prioritizing our well-being, we enhance our capacity for growth and resilience. Let's also remember that with such intense involvement in the world, there is a need to give back. Giving back to the welfare of others makes one have a purpose and connects the individual to others. Whether it is volunteering, mentorship, or just giving help, kindness enriches our lives as well as those with whom we share our journey. This spiral of giving and receiving creates the sense of community, which reinforces the interconnectedness of our journeys. Lastly, the journey towards personal growth, embracing authenticity. Being true to ourselves and what we believe in will assist us in moving through life with integrity and purpose. Authenticity provides a feeling of belonging and connection through the actions taken towards alignment with one's truest self. It gives the more profound fulfillment in our pursuits in life by giving us that unwavering conviction and drive towards pursuing our aspirations. It's dynamic, multi-phased, and the thing about actually being a loser that made me lose my true potential. Because of this, it's empowered me to handle problems better, turning life experiences to triumphs. At each small step, we get wealthier, our stories rich, with a better knowledge about not only ourselves but with the world around. As we continue on this path, let's remember our growth in the opportunities that are going to unfold. Therefore, embrace your journey, honor your unique path, and trust in your ability to shape your future because you have the strength, resilience, and determination to overcome obstacles and to transform your experiences into opportunities for growth. Ultimately, you are not defined by your past, but by the choices you make and the courage you show in the face of adversity. So, rise, learn, and thrive, embracing the power of your journey and the incredible potential within you. You can do amazing things, and the future holds endless possibilities for those willing to embrace the journey of growth. Every step brings the weaving of a beautiful tapestry into your life. You've only just begun, and every new moment presents an opportunity for a rewrite of your very story. Believe in your ability to keep growing, because you will never walk alone with that story. Your history speaks volumes of resilience, fortitude, and potential sitting inside of you. Let your journey illuminate the path for others in the future. And then, while you are being transformed by the process and journey of growth, remember to realize the influence you have in the lives you touch within your sphere. Your success may become a source of hope and inspiration for some other people facing their own set of hard times. Your stories contribute to a common discourse of strength and resilience where connection extends beyond individual circumstance. Every time twists and turns come up, take these lessons. In any experience, pleasant or the reverse, insight that will serve someone for the next engagement or decisions will emerge. Learn how to cultivate gratitude for taking that lesson. Allow these insights to chart your journey forward. Remember, personal growth is a journey. Take in the uncertainty and the struggle, because that's what's needed to be transformed. Give yourself grace to stumble, learn, and rise again. You are strong enough to face anything life has to offer you, and your journey speaks for your resilience. So, keep walking boldly in the direction of your dream. Step inside and realize the highest potential you hold. Believe in the process of owning your journey, but what matters most is being convinced you can be great. You are writing a story for yourself, but what is not yet unfolded is the great part this story holds within it for the world. So keep walking and stay open with a humble heart and steadfast spirit towards such great possibilities.